Conclusion. Obama, you know what's going on. You need to get up off your butt. I done sent you all kinds of evidence, all kind of paperwork to prove I done won this VA Army case over and over and over and over. I done sent it to the Justice Department over and over and over. Attorney General, you need to do something. Ms. Robin Dyke, you know I ain't lying. You need to do something, Ms. Robin Dyke. The Civil Rights Commission, I done been sending the information to years to them in Washington, D.C. Everybody mostly want to give me the runaround and send me these little light-ass letters. I'm going to do this and do nothing. I'm sorry, Reverend Collins, it ain't in my jurisdiction. All this faking and jiving and lying. The taxpayers is paying y'all for the help and run this state right. And when the folk under y'all won't do right and won't obey the law, you need to put them in their place or need to get somebody else that will do the job, will do the work and do it right. This ain't about no being on TV. This ain't about no lot of popularity, or whatever you want to call it. This ain't about getting rich. This is about justice, Obama. This is about justice, Miss Robin Dyke. This is about justice, Stan Cochran. You don't wrote letters in my favor, and I thank you for it. They still didn't obey. Benny Thompson, you my own race and color. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Wrote a couple little light letters, and I sent you all this evidence in your folk, and you ain't followed up on nothing, and you ain't pushed nothing to know them right. It took me 30 years to get the NAACP's attention on this. And I asked them to send letters and send evidence to the big folks. The devil got in that. They rooted back on that. They won't even send the letters to the big folks like they're scared or something. Ain't nobody above God and above the law. We all is God's folks. We all need help. We all do righteousness and do justice in cases we already won. I should not have to file no written mandamus lawsuit against the federal government trying to beg some federal judge to enforce what I already won over and over and over. I went in the Army 1974. Country boy from Big Mississippi. My recruiter is Sergeant Sylvester Jones. I went to school with him. He brought me to Jackson twice. They gave me a good examination in Jackson. They gave me another one when I went in the Army. I fell some stabs and some bleachers. I messed up my L45 discs in my low back. The bone doctor lied and made like I had a birth defect after x-raying. The first somebody they sent me to for the problem was an LPN nurse. It took me 30 years before I got evidence of that and got that proof from Washington, D.C. And my civil rights friend, one of the parents to read, brought that to my attention. I need help. I need justice. They let me out of the Army with a medical armor discharge, but still made like I messed up for a coming Army and I had a birth defect, which ain't nothing but a big fat lie. I done sent the paperwork up to Washington, D.C. in the Veteran Court of Appeal. I won the case under Judge Holloway, under the Chief Judge Green. I even talked to Chief Judge Green about the mess. Jack Lane Jr., the court attorney, even wrote a letter in my favor to prove I won the case. I went over to the Board of Veteran Appeals. I won it under Judge Danhue in the record, twice. Secretary of Veteran Affairs attorneys, the same secretary what they got rid of, they wouldn't obey him when his lawyers and things wrote stuff in my favor. Then, since then, I hired a lawyer named Michael J. Mooney out of Cincinnati, Ohio. I proved the case all back over with him. They paid him $5,480 in my case, and they still wouldn't pay me and my kid. Then they let Michael J. Mooney drop out of the case. Still ain't paid me and my kid. They wanted me to take, about 14 years ago, 100% disability in 7 years. Because I was slow about taking it and put all them big fella folks on them. Now they done went to lying and frogging. They done got a judge at the Veteran Court of Appeal named Judge Marmon. That's his name, Judge Marmon. He done ruled against Judge Holloway. He done went against the lawyer what he went with. He done went against the Chief Judge Green in that court and ruled it back. Then he done ruled against everything at the Board of Veteran Appeals that's in my favor and had them to root back. It ain't nothing but game, it ain't nothing but the devil. I called the U.S. Supreme Court. They called me back. They told me to file a scenario lawsuit against the government. I obeyed. I done that, and I obeyed. The Solicitor General at the Justice Department, they waived their rights in that case, in that court. Legally, everybody that know anything about the law, know that means I won again. Next thing I know behind that, the U.S. Supreme Court gonna kick the case out, wouldn't enforce anything, wouldn't say why they kicked it out or nothing, and then the folks still wouldn't pay nothing. Now they won't have nothing I say now at all. They won't notice none of the evidence now. And they lying and going on, make like I ain't never proved and won the case nowhere. I'm talking to y'all lawyers, civil rights folks out there. I'm talking to Obama. And this ain't no threat, Obama, because I love you. You know, I don't care what color you is. I'm a born-again Christian. I love the law, and I love people. And I'm a firm believer ain't nobody above God and above the law. But I know when I'm getting to run around, too. And I know when big folks letting folks run me around. Obama, please, Obama, in Jesus'